There are a number of projects that I just have not been getting around to, at least not consistently. It's haphazard, uh, fits and spurts, sporadic. The thing is, I am progressing, I am growing. It's just not nearly as fast as I want. I just never have the kind of days that I envision when I wake up in the morning. But I would just like to go over what has been working for me, because that's what I'm building on. And for anybody that has the problems that I'm having, which are all those enticing words that we can't seem to force into our life, discipline, motivation, perseverance, structure, all the things it takes to consistently tackle whatever it is. If you're just, and you can see behind me, that's all my art. Wrong way over here. That's my guitar. I'm a musician. I'm an artist, and I'm really not doing much of that. It's frustrating because there were times, there was never a time when I consistently did that kind of thing all the time, every day. But there were certainly times in my life when I was churning stuff out. I was playing guitar every day. I didn't have a set time that I would do it, but I'd pick the guitar up and tool around on it for an hour or two. Set it down, do something else, come back, pick up the guitar. I'm just not doing that now. And that's pretty much with all of the stuff in life. I've got a story that I've got a whole bunch of different projects. I probably got 7 different projects just within eye shot right here in my shop that I've started, and that's not all the stuff that I have written down in idea books. And there's a lot of stuff there. Anybody who's the least bit creative knows ideas are cheap. You can come up with 100 ideas in an hour. Even if they all only took an hour, that's 100 hours right there. And while you're doing that, you're going to have 1,000,000 more ideas. And that's 1,000,000 more hours. Of course, not all of our ideas are good, and part of the process right there is just chucking out the bad ones. But that's not what this is about. This is about the physical reality of creating, not doing it up here. I think everybody knows how to do it up here. How to get it out here is the problem. But I don't want to dwell on the things that aren't getting done. I will dwell on the things that have been working for me. And one thing I've been able to do is develop a morning routine. And even that was a lot of work to cobble that together, because I had ideas of what I could do. Tim Ferriss, Mel Robbins. I could easily name off, well, I couldn't easily name off 10 different people, but I guarantee you I get on YouTube and I can find those 10 people in about 3 minutes. They all gave me ideas on what I should do to get started. And for example, William Hoff, what I do first thing in the morning, and I wake up, and I'm generally waking up at 5:30 in the morning. If I'm sleeping in, it's usually like 6:30, and then I'm up. And the first thing I do is flutter kicks. I just do a set of flutter kicks right there in bed, just to get the blood running, the heart pumping. Then I do the William Hoff method. Just go on YouTube, look up his beginner video, and that's what I do. It is so basic and simple. I just do it when I wake up. Generally, I'll come to the shop and sit in a chair and meditate. After that, usually I do squats, just like a set of whatever I feel up for. Usually around 7 squats, and then in the last squat, when I'm in the down position, I'll do the chair. I'll just stay in the chair position for about half a minute. And then I take an ice shower. I just make ice in my mini fridge. I make up a bucket of ice water. I have a nice big mouth container, so I don't have to wait for it to fill up and just douse myself. And I look forward to it. I look forward to it every morning. It wakes me up. It gives me this feeling of vibrancy, of being alive. I mean, that just jars your world, and there are supposed to be other benefits. I just wanted to set down uh, what I'm doing that has been working, the habits that I'm starting to build, the stuff that's actually working for me, because there's a lot that hasn't been working for me yet, and I'm trying to grow into that, and it's a slow, aggravating process. So I have to look for the things that I have been able to put in my life, the routine I have been able to develop as a motivation for other things, or just to motivate my mood. Okay, I'm not doing all this other stuff. I need to start getting that into my life. I need to stop thinking about it. It's sporadic and haphazard, fits and spurts. Sometimes I'll do what I want to do when I wake up in the morning. Uh, Almost never does my day go the way I envision it when I wake up in the morning. You know, I'm going to do this. I do the morning routine. I usually do a few things in the morning, and then stuff starts to fall apart. So I'm working with that. But just to let you know where I started, well, where I really started at the beginning, I was life flighted here to Miami from Key West. I got hit by a car, woke up in a hospital bed. I had pins in both legs already. From the description, I had bones sticking out of my legs when they life flighted me here. 3 vertebrae, L1, 2, and 3, fused together. They still had to do the operation on my arm and put a pin in that. I had my wrists strapped to the bed rails. Not that I can move around anyways. I mean, I was flat on my back for a few weeks. It was a while before I could even roll onto my side. And so I started out being able to do nothing. I mean, they had to feed me with a spoon. They had to bathe me. There was nothing I could do on my own. I couldn't even get out of bed. And then after that, I got into a wheelchair, and I was in a wheelchair for months. And then I was on the street for a while, and finally gathered together some money, got this shop. I did some physical therapy. I got a gym membership. I started getting healthier. I went through a whole thing where they weaned me off the painkillers. You know, they started me on morphine, so it was good at the beginning, but they gradually weaned me off, and when it got down to Tylenol thousands, those things were doing nothing. There was sleep deprivation for a long time, which is even worse than, you know, being hooked on painkillers, or since I couldn't get painkillers and wasn't going to buy them on the streets, I went back to drinking. It was either drink enough to conk out, or just go through this continual sleep deprivation. And I gotta tell you, man, when you're in that state of mind, that's worse than being a gutter drunk. And I know, because I was both. I know which is worse. Anyway, so I got off the booze. I got some money. I got a van. I got a place to stay, and I still couldn't put together anything beyond that. I couldn't motivate myself. My state of mind was just like frazzled. I could make a whole video just on how I wanted to do things, and I just couldn't force myself to, and the self-doubt and the fear and it was strange, and I'm still experiencing some of that to a lesser degree, but what I was going through was just unnerving, because I just couldn't get past it. I couldn't get through this roadblock, this obstacle. And now I am learning to work my way through those feelings, and a lot of it is the biggest tool I use right now is being able to put myself in that place of discomfort that I need to be to do whatever it is I need to do to accomplish what this next project, goal, whatever is. The visions are easy. When I'm almost done, it's great. That in between time, it's always just pure hell. And I know it's like this for a lot of people. And I understand that totally. We all go through that same thing. I'm a genius. This idea is great. I'm a failure. This idea sucks. Then you're almost done. I'm a genius. Everybody's going to love this. We all go through that. And it's hard getting through that. This sucks. I'm a failure. Or I just don't want to work on that today. Or, whatever. So the morning routine is big. The things that I have been able to consistently do over the past few weeks are enough to maintain a good mood, even with all the stuff I'm not doing. That I wanted to be able to share that because I know a lot of people have to deal with that like I do. Just being able to start that one thing, no matter what that one thing is, and now I'm doing the breathing. I'm doing a quick exercise as soon as I wake up. Then the breathing, then meditation, then the squats in the chair, the ice. I at least do those things, and then I always do whatever that happens to be that particular day. A few things afterwards before things start to break down. I've been wanting to make this video for 2 days now. How hard is it to make this video? I'm just talking. I didn't even have to write a script. I just had more or less a theme, and I was just going to put it out there. But I'm going to start doing more of these. I can definitely see this video being deleted not too long down the line, because I'm going to do much better stuff, scripted stuff where, stuff where I actually have an outline. I'm not just going to ramble off the cuff. But I wanted to get a video together, and this has been dragging on me. It's like 9 o'clock at night. I wanted to do this ever since I completed the last video, which is me doing an original song 2 days ago, and I've just been avoiding it. I've been thinking about it, and I've been avoiding it. And it's like, how hard is it to just turn on iMovie and start talking? It's this easy, and yet I haven't done it. So here is my video. I want to get into a habit of making. I'd like to make a video a day. Most of them wouldn't be this long. Most of them I already have the idea in my head. It wouldn't even take this much time, except editing would add some time to it. But how long did this take? How hard is this? I should be doing this every day just to get videos up there, just to get a few views, just so I can sooner or later monetize, because there's a whole process there on YouTube. But one of the things I'm going to do, I'm going to do some comedy, I'm going to do some original songs, but one of the things I'm going to do is share what has been working for me, because I went through some pure hell. And I'm not even talking about the accident and, things that were beyond my control. Those things happen. Part of life. I'm talking about this. I'm talking about waking up in the morning, having these ideas of what I want to do, and just not being able to do them, and being one of the things that I've learned since going through that whole phase was just begin to trust yourself. Trust yourself that you're going to do these things. Don't wake up, think about what you want to do, and then freak out because you're not going to do it that day. When you think about the things you're going to do, first of all, write them down. Don't just think about them. Write them down so you have a page of stuff you want to do, and you can go through and say, I'm never going to get to that. That's just not one of my better ideas. You got to edit, you got to prioritize, but just don't have them rattling around up here, because like what the one self-development guy says, his is Get Things Done, GTD. Look that up on YouTube. That guy's really good for starting and finishing projects, what you need to do. But his big thing is, the mind is a great servant, but it's a terrible master. When you have an idea, write it down, because you don't want a head full of ideas. You want a notebook full of ideas. You want a head that has nothing in it, so it's like that empty cup. You've all heard the whole little Zen story. The guy is there and the Zen master is pouring tea in the cup, and when the cup is full he keeps pouring, and the guy says, "Hey, stop pouring, my cup is full." And the Zen master says, "Yeah, it's like your head. If you want to put more things in your head, you got to clean out all that other junk first. You need an empty vessel." I just wanted to go over production values. Like I was saying, usually I go out there in the bay and I set up just a little nicer than this. But you'll notice I don't have any camera set up. I don't have a microphone set up. I've got more stuff than I want to own right now as it is. This is going to be more or less my production values on average, any video of mine you watch. It's one of the things that I'm incorporating into my life is as much minimalism as I can introduce. And part of that is going to be, you know what? I got a computer, I got iMovie. That's all there is to it. This is this. I just wanted to put that out there because I know the sound quality, especially on some of the videos that I've done, just absolutely sucks. But what I've learned is sit a little closer to the laptop and speak a little more distinctly and louder. And you know what? If that's not good enough, well, that's that. You know, maybe somewhere down the line, when I have a bigger shop, when I have more subscribers, when I have this, that, and the other going for me, I'll upgrade. But that's a big part of my life right now, just being happy with what I've got. As Teddy Roosevelt said, wherever you are, do whatever you can with whatever you've got. And I'm trying to incorporate that philosophy into my life as much as I can. Because just continually buying stuff, that's what got us where we are. And that's a whole nother video in itself. But alright, I wanted to get a video out. I think this is good enough. I thank you for watching, and if you didn't watch, well, what's wrong with you, man? Alright, talk to you soon.